This exact moment was brutal. My fingers were starting to go numb. I slept an average of 3 hours every night for 3 nights straight, and my head felt like it was going to cave in. Why was I here? Hello everybody, welcome back. So this weekend I am taking Dusty out down to Northern California area, or actually maybe Central California area near Lake Tahoe. I'm actually meeting up with Kevin, Greg, and Michael. We are gonna do some overlanding around in that area and hopefully encounter some snow. So the thing is, this morning I have to drive about 10.5 hours to get there. So there's definitely gonna be the whole day just spent driving. The thing is, this is the first time I'm gonna be driving Dusty that long. The thing I heard about Jeeps, they are not very comfortable for a long drive. So I'm gonna test it out, see how I feel, and let you guys know how much suffering I went through in this Jeep on the way there. By the time I get to the rendezvous point, it's probably gonna be around 9 o'clock. The other thing is my Jeep, I believe, is the only Jeep that's stock in terms of like the tires, wheels, lift, and suspension, all that. It is the Rubicon package, but aside from that, I didn't make any modifications as far as like that goes. So I will be probably the weakest link in terms of the vehicle upgrades. So we'll see how we handle the snow and the terrain out there. This is going to be a fun adventure. Grab your favorite drink as well as your favorite snack. Sit back and relax and enjoy the show. So I got about 7 hours left of driving, still in Oregon. On the way down, I had a burger from In-N-Out. I love In-N-Out. But the downside of that is kind of got me in a state of almost a food comatose. Like I said, about 7.5 more hours to go. If there's anything interesting on the way down, I'll share it with you guys. So we got about 55 miles left, an hour to go. It was a long day. I think I drove almost 700 miles today. I drove about 10 hours and this is going to be my 11th hour by the time I get to camp. And I'll say, as far as the Jeep goes, it's been bearable. I mean, it's not the most comfortable ride. I do have a little bit of a shoulder ache, but aside from that, back's fine. My butt did feel sore a little bit at times, but that's just because I have a bony butt. Yeah, but I'm tired. I am fatigued. When I was younger, I can do a 1,000-mile trek in one day, no issues. Now, man, I'm really feeling it. On the bright side, I'm excited to get to camp, meet some really great people, and hang out with them for this weekend. Anyways.
What's going on, buddy? Welcome.
Made it to camp. You got Greg over here. Is it really coming out? There's Greg, trail newbie, and then Rhino off-road shining his headlight into the camera.
Come on, guys. There you go.
Very professional. It's been about a couple of years we've been planning this hangout. Yeah. And the bonus is that there's trail newbie and fly fisher. I think he's sleeping right now.
He's sleeping right now. So
is this his tent right here? I can't even tell. It's all just Jeeps.
We actually have 3 tan Jeeps. Greg here is the outlier.
I'm the outlier now, man. It's a white Jeep.
Alright, hey, good morning everybody. Nice, beautiful morning. As I mentioned before, I am the most stock Jeep, I believe, out of the group. There's no real set time as far as itinerary goes, but Kevin has a place in mind that he wants to take us to probably by the afternoon time. So we'll just play it by ear and start heading out a little bit. right, so we made it up to this beautiful campground. From our first site, when we left this morning, we went into town real quick, filled up on some fuel, got some minor little additional items that we needed to get. And then now we're out here at this campsite, and it's freaking beautiful. I have no words for this area. As you can see, you got the view of the hills and the mountains over there.
Oh, sorry.
Hey,
You filming?
Kevin, so this is Kevin, as you
Sorry,
know,
guys.
you met earlier. You've been here before?
I have. Yeah, I took the wife here about a month ago.
A month ago.
Yeah.
And was it snow covered?
No, it was totally opposite. It was 70 degrees and yeah. Totally different. It's crazy what a month will do here.
I told Kevin earlier, this kind of reminds me of Central Oregon.
100%. Yeah, the irony is there is far less snow here than where we were last night, but it's already way colder than it was over there. So yeah, it's supposed to get down to like 6 degrees, I think.
So Kevin, because he is out in like this area, kind of a little south of here, his content is related to exploration and adventure in like the Sierras.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
I highly recommend you check out his channel as well. It's a lot of good stuff, right? And
Yeah, appreciate
looking
it.
forward to what you do out of this trip over here.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Well, it's nice to, we've been trying for a couple of years. Nice to
Yeah.
finally get you down here. And
Yeah,
I'm an
yeah.
Oregonian myself, so I would prefer to be there, but California is certainly not a bad second.
This is Greg, trail newbie.
Yes.
Why trail newbie?
Because I really don't know a whole lot about what I'm actually doing.
Just like the majority of us.
Yes, exactly. I think it'll stay that way for a while, but the name for me is just stuck. Early on, and me and my brother-in-law would go out and met Kevin, and we'd start going out, start making videos, and brand new to it, so
When did you start going out and doing like overlanding and stuff?
just like 2 years ago.
Oh, I think that's a good amount of time.
Yeah. So should I not be a newbie anymore? Is that what you're saying?
I think, yeah, it's about, you're on the intermediate level now.
So I have to totally rebrand, make new hats and everything?
Right, yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, trail newbie's good. I like that name.
There you go, right on.
And also, Greg is utilizing a similar system to me. It's a deep sleep system.
Yeah.
But I have the single one with the foam insert, and yours is the full just air, right?
It's like a queen bed back there. You want to check it out?
Yeah, let's go. Let's take a look.
Yeah, so this is the world's most comfortable overland sleep system ever. You got the massive mattress, I got memory foam on top of that, the blanket, the Walmart sleeping bag. It's nothing special. But being a tall guy, I'm 6'4". I need to be able to put my head kind of between those seats back there. I love it. It's incredible.
Temps dropped pretty low last night, and I think it might drop again. How do you keep, is that warm enough with that sleeping bag?
It is, yeah. I probably someday should actually buy something more than the $25 Walmart special to get a little, better temp going on.
Yep.
But being that you're enclosed in the Jeep, right? Just kind of ambient body heat, etc. I mean, it really keeps it pretty nice.
Yeah, it's kimchi bokkeumbap, Korean dish. You mix rice, kimchi, and bulgogi. So it's ribeye pieces with rice and kimchi, and it's a fairly simple dish. A little bit on the spicier side, so if you like spicy food, great. If not, then you might not want to try it. But,
Love it. Love it.
Let's go.
Do it, Mike. Do it.
You might want to double plate it, like get 2 plates just in case.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks, Ed.
Yeah, man.
Once that sun goes down.
Oh yeah.
Man.
So I'm kind of curious what you think about this, Greg, because you haven't had kimchi before.
No, it's awesome.
I love it.
It's unbelievable.
Good.
Like,
Really good.
I would like to learn how to make this. And it's great for cold weather camping, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can feel it like just warms you up.
Kind of where we came through, where I told you those cabins were, where people.
Oh yeah.
Right there.
Got
It's
it.
kind of like that
This is
area.
great.
Okay.
It's real big boulders on the river there, and it's really hard to fish. I mean, you got to. So I was like, no.
It's okay with the 110. I mean, you're able to recharge that. Good morning, everyone. Nice, beautiful morning out. The sun is just starting to come up over the peak behind us from the east. Last night was pretty good. I actually had my heating blanket on high and I forgot to turn it down to low before going to bed. So I actually woke up a few times throughout the night with my back sweating. So I turned that down, but it seems like the temps dropped into the single digits this morning. When I checked the temp on the thermostat in the Jeep, it was at 12 degrees. So it's the kind of weather where if you leave any appendages exposed, it's going to freeze pretty fast. And I believe we're going to have some river crossings on this icy river on the way out. So looking forward to sharing that with you guys as well. So I'm here with Michael, Fly Fisher 530, the discoverer of this location. Turns out something is going on with the Jeep this morning. Right. Would you mind sharing?
Yeah, so it's basically got a dead battery, and it's extremely cold here today. We think 9 to 10 degrees in the morning. I think a light was left on in the Jeep, so basically it has a dead battery. So I've been trying to charge it up with a little capacitor type charger, and normally in a regular situation it'd be a few minutes to charge it up. It's probably been going 20-30 minutes now, and it's not doing anything, so it's absolutely dead. So as a backup, I have some jumper cables that I made a welding kit, and we can show you guys that in a second here.
Is this the first time this has happened to the Jeep, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very first time it's happened. So hopefully getting it started up with some jumper cables and get it running. That's the plan.
Yeah, I mean, just first impression off the bat, just seeing Mike's Jeep, it's a beast, right? It's well equipped. I was surprised that this happened, but you know, it happens to all of us. It happened to my Tundra, my Tacoma as well.
Yep.
And your name is Fly Fisher 530. Would you mind sharing why that is?
For about the past, I don't know, 40 years, I've been a passionate fly fisherman. So fly fishing is just something that I really love to do. It's really relaxing for me, and when I'm out on the river fly fishing, I just forget about everything else, and I just love the hobby. For me, it's a real passion.
So if people want to see overlanding mixed with fly fishing, you're the channel to go to.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I do intend to have a lot more fly fishing content in the coming year as well. So
Awesome.
I've been focusing mainly on the Jeep in a lot of ways, and just overlanding in general.
Right.
But hope to do more places I can go where I can fish this year.
Success.
If this is passable, then you can get to this whole area. But then, like, where do you go from there? It's just not
we could
well
always
marked.
just cross it and then take a right.
Yep, yeah, he just went straight at it, and it was extremely comfortable.
It's my turn, guys. Now, keep in mind, I have a stock Rubicon setup as far as suspension goes. So a lot of these guys have lifts and a little bigger tires. So I do have some concerns because I did hear some possible rocks hitting underneath on some of the Jeeps. So I'm gonna try to be mindful of the line. Keep in mind some of the rocks that I saw that were protruding out from the river when they were crossing, and hopefully make it there in one piece. All right, let's go. All right, guys, so I'm here with Scott. The interesting story with Scott, I can relate to because I've done this myself, but he's been out here less than 12 hours with us. But the thing is, the kicker is he drove a little over 5 hours to get here. Now, my question is, because I think everyone might have a different explanation. Wait, let me add another thing. Scott is going to go home, right? So you're driving another 5 hours back?
Yeah.
So what compelled you to drive all the way out this way just to spend the night and then got to head back home?
You know, good people, good wheeling. Those are great things right there. You know, and it's I think it's just kind of the core reason that we do this in the first place, right? You know, you want to get out. Hopefully, you want to spend some time with good people. And you know, I know Kevin. I know a little bit about the rest of you guys. And if you guys say it's a good place to go, then I believe that. And these opportunities can be few and far between. You know, talking about with kids and stuff like that. So you just got to take advantage of it when you get the chance.
That's right. Yeah, because the last time you went camping like this was how long ago? Pretty long back.
Oh man, yeah, it's been a while. You know, so I luckily very recently I did have a chance another weekend, but family happened to be out of town. But before that, you know, it's been a while. So just itching to get out there, and that.
Dude.
Like I said, that makes it worth it. You know, and there's always something to be said for night wheeling.
Yeah.
That's always fun if you get a chance to do it at night. So that was a little added bonus for me, honestly. So
All right. I don't know if I should share this, but our group, before Scott came, it took us a little over an hour, I think, to get down to our campsite. Scott from the trailhead notified Kevin that he's going to start going down from the trailhead, and it took him about 30 minutes. But then the thing is, his Jeep is outfitted really well and stuff, so you absorbed all the bumps, did all the stuff, right?
And when it's dark, you don't know what you should be scared of.
That's true. Good point. All right, man. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah,
Good times.
yes. Thanks for having me.
After airing our tires back up for the high-speed pavement driving back to town on the way to our next campsite, Greg from the Trail Newbie channel treated us to some delicious lunch at a local restaurant. There are no rules when it comes to meals in overlanding, and this is just a stop in the journey to the destination. This meal was sponsored by Trail Newbie.
There is no river that runs wide as your goodness. There is no mountain that stands tall as your faithfulness. There is no river that runs wide as your goodness. There is no mountain that stands tall as your faithfulness. And there's nothing else I'll ever need. All of my days your mercy follow me. There is nothing else I'll ever need. All of my days your mercy follow me.
Mike, can you turn passenger at all?
Going pretty well in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so close. Yeah, that or we just have to dig under your tire a little bit, but there we go. I mean, Greg's right there, so.
Go right ahead.
As we began to settle down at camp for the final night of this trip, I reflected on all of the struggles from this journey. The 11-hour drive down the first night, and the 10-hour drive back home tomorrow, the bone-chilling days and nights, and a persistent sinus congestion. Taking big breaths will sting your lungs, something I learned over time while trying to wrestle single-digit temps. But ultimately, none of that seems to matter at certain specific moments in time during these trips. The time where we sit around the fire, exchange some stories, and share the warmth of the blazing communal centerpiece, where we find solace from the unforgiving cold. It feels like the only thing frozen around us at this moment is time. I mean, am I the only one that looks down at my watch, tired and ready to go to sleep at camp, and realize it's only 7 o'clock? Alright, hey, good morning everyone. Ooh, it was a chilly night. I also think something's broken with my JL because the thermostat on my JL has been showing a low of like 12 degrees for both of the nights here. When we go back into the city where it's like warmer temps, it stays at 12 until it resets after a certain amount of time. Greg has a thermostat and it said it was about 7 degrees overnight yesterday. And I actually believe that to be true. It's even hard for me to really talk because my mouth is starting to freeze as I'm talking. Last night I had to turn on the car a few times to activate the heater and warm up the inside of the car. There were even some parts of the car inside where you can see the little open points in the weather sealing because you can see the frost being created in some of those gaps inside the vehicle. But nonetheless, this is a beautiful area, gorgeous open area. We get the view of the snow and the trees. The snow is about a couple of feet deep, it feels like, and it was dry enough and powdery enough so that we were able to drive through it and plow through it to make camp at the site. So as you saw last night, we had our campfire, just relaxed a little bit, and we actually turned in pretty early, around, I think it was around 9 something, because we want to make an early day today and head out. I still have about a little over 10 hours, I think almost 11-hour drive ahead of me today to head back home. Looking forward to seeing Katie and Chloe. Had a really fantastic time out here. Huge shout out to Kevin, Greg, and Michael for having me join them on this adventure this weekend. And I definitely look forward to more trips with those guys again in the near future. As I mentioned earlier, definitely check out their channels. Their adventure is year-round. A lot of interesting content on there, and a part of the reason why I liked hanging out and wanted to meet up with them is because they're really great people. But as for this trip, we're gonna call it a wrap. As always, I appreciate all of you guys, and as always, be safe, take care, and I'll see you next time.